Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and happy Derby to everyone. Good luck with the horses you picked. We're going to begin our service by singing together Inei Matov Umanaim, how good and how pleasant it is to be here together and welcome Shabbat together. I would like to invite Alan Bloom to lead us with a blessing over the candles and the fruit of the vine. We turn to page 2 for the blessing for the candles. Alan, you can come through here. So first you light the candle.
Light it first. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosot v'tivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We turn to page 5 for the blessing over the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam barei pri hagolfen. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen.
And we turn to page 20 to welcome the Sabbath bride as we sing together Lecha Dodi.
Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 ne Shabbat ne kavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 ne Shabbat ne kavela. Shamor vezachor vedibur echad hishmiyanu eli hameyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shem tiferet ve'eli tila. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 ne Shabbat ne kavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 ne Shabbat ne kavela.
We rise as we turn to page 28 for the Baruch Hu. read together on page 30. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, forcefully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Amariv Aravim. And we turn to page 34 for the calling of the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated as we join together in reading the Ve'ahavta on page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם ושבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down and when you rise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a symbol between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down and when you rise.
We turn now to page 40 to sing together the same song our ancestors sang as they were crossing the Sea of Reeds, the Mi Chamocha. We read together at the bottom of page 43. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch Ata Adonai, הפורש סוכת שלום, עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. We rise as we turn to page 46 for the tefillah. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign deliverer, helper and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. And we read together on page 50. You are forever mighty, Adonai, you give life to all. You rain dew upon us. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated as we continue on page 61 with the blessing for shalom, for peace and wellness and wholeness. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. take a moment of a silent prayer. We all need of healing of body and soul. We all need courage and strength in our lives. As we name those we know that need courage and healing and strength, we turn to page 253 to sing together Misha Berach. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I want to first thank Ellen Shakin. There's a lot to thank Ellen Shakin for, but I want to thank her for inspiring me for this teaching from the Torah. Our Torah portion is dealing with the Torah, the teaching of the woman that gave birth. In the book of Leviticus, there are many Torot, many kind of manual explanation, kind of like the thing that we don't like to read when we buy a new machine, the manual, how it works and how to operate it. So in Leviticus, there are, for many issues, kind of a Torah, a teaching of how something works. And in our Torah portion, it's about how the Torah of the woman that gives birth works. How is the whole issue of bringing life into the world works according to the book of Leviticus. And it starts with an amazing statement. It says, when a woman produces seed and gives birth to a male. The female will also be mentioned, but later on. But the astonishing thing is that it says, when a woman produces seed. And then you look at the entire Torah of the woman who gives birth, and there's one thing that seems to be missing. We can argue whether it is missing or not, and the fact that there is no male there. It's only about the woman who gives birth. She does everything from beginning to end, from conceiving, which is called here to produce seed, till the birth of a male or a female. The male, the father, is not mentioned even once. Totally irrelevant to the Torah of bringing life into the world. Now, Ellen Shakin inspired me to look into the psychoanalyst of that, and that is what we call in English Kabbalah or Kabbalah. The rabbis who tried to understand the psychology of the Torah and to try to understand the psychology of Adonai. And they take this issue because it's a very weird verse. Obviously, the Torah knows that it's not the woman who produces seed. I don't know if it's blunt enough in English, but it's in Hebrew it's very clear that the one who produces seed is the male and not the female. And here it's the woman that does that. And they say this is actually about how does in this process, in this teaching, how is the decision made of whether it's going to be a male or a female, whether the newborn baby is a baby male or a baby female, because there are different rituals whether it's a male or a female. So they're basing on a midrash and they're saying there are 3 partners in every newborn. They're adding the father. The father is not in the Torah. They're saying there's the mother, there's the father, and there's God. And now they're going to the interesting thing and they're saying, so what is God's role in bringing life into the world, in bringing every child into the world? And they're saying, God is giving the soul. God is giving the spirit, and the soul determines whether the gender is of a male or a female. And they're doing a move that when you think about the time that it is written, this is in the Zohar, this is a book that we know is from the 13th century, but they're pretending that it's actually from the 2nd century, because they're saying that it's actually, that they're making it, you know, I kind of joke with Johanna when we prepare our Torah study together on that. They had no ego like us. We like in our days to get credit for every idea that we have. They thought that an idea is more exciting when someone that is already dead for centuries has come with that idea. So they don't take credit. They give the credit to rabbis that are from more than 1,000 years before them. But even from the 3rd century, what they're saying is the process goes like that. There's the biological side of whether it's a male or a female. From what I remember from 7th grade biology, this is the chromosome of the male or the female, but there are so many physicians here that I'm careful on what I'm saying. So let's assume that maybe that's right, but there's the biological side. And then there is the gender side. And I'm just blown that at the 13th century, a group of rabbis that obviously knew nothing about the autonomy and the biology of giving birth or whatever, are coming with this, that it's God who decides whether a biological male is actually a male by giving them a soul of a male, or that it's a female by giving them a soul of a woman. And sometimes they say God decides to give a soul that is not the same as the biological sex of the male of the female. And they're saying to us there is a difference between biology and who we really are, because there's also our spiritual being, our mental being, and that is different than our physical being, our biological being. But it has to do with something that is really important to the Zohar, and really important to Kabbalah, but especially to the Zohar, and that is the sexuality of divinity. In their understanding of God, there are 10 spheres, there are 10 qualities, different qualities to the divine, to God. And some of them are feminine and some of them are masculine. Now their understanding is quite old-fashioned, okay, but we're in an old-fashioned weekend. We're going to sing My Old Kentucky Home at the end, so we're kind of in old-fashioned understanding. So they're saying the compassionate, loving, kindness side of God has to be feminine, because women are more compassionate and loving and kind than males are. and the judging, more violent side of God has to be masculine. But they're also saying that those qualities are fluid in the divine, and when they're all aligned together, when they're all combined together, that's a time that is good to the world. When they're not aligned, there is war or famine or drought or all kinds of horrible things that are happening. And they're saying we're created in the image of God. So it's not only that God decides about the soul and the gender of the soul. Actually, just like in God, there are feminine qualities and and masculine qualities. So do we have them, because we're created in the image of God. And maybe the definition that God gives for a male or a female is not a final definition, because just like God is moving between the masculine and the feminine qualities, so do we. And when they are aligned together, then we're at peace with ourselves, just like God would bring peace to the world. Shabbat Shalom. Turn to page 283 for the Aleinu. Please join me as we read together at the middle of page 283. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. We continue together on the top of page 287. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding, loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity, cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
Has been said, Adonai will
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially Bernice Rosenberg, Leo Kahn, Simon Zim Unitz, Kalman Stern, Elaine Stern, Sidney S. Cohen, Clara Davis, Alma Strauss Glassman, Melvin Gordon, Francis Levine, Ginger Lewis, Bessie Perlmutter, Roy Sloan, Retta Sloan, Nathan Spiegel, Fanny Weiner, Mardell Cohen, Jacob Guerin, Irving Grossman, I.A. Rosenbaum, Clara Rassman Zeronsky, Sylvia Tostin, Betty Feitelson, Philip Feitelson, Jacqueline Myers Jonas, Esther Keisler, William Myers, Irvin Schwartz, Manuel Simon, Noreen Sokolher, Louis Baker, Carolyn Friedberg, Joseph Haskell, Worley Delano Peppers, Aaron Weintraub, Simon Blumenson, Bert Brooks, Nathan Lerman, Donald L. Tostin, Wilfred Trau. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories of our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עולמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה על שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction to us all. Amen. Our closing song is our My Old Kentucky Home. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please wish Shabbat Shalom to someone you never met and to everybody you know. Shabbat Shalom.